Hello again. Yes, it's metjeffuk.com with the spring and summer long-range forecast for 2016, and today's date is the 7th of March 2016. Now, obviously, if you follow me, I do a forecast obviously twice a year, one for the autumn and winter and one for the spring and summer. And I'm sure you all know that it is just for fun, because things can change over that long period. But it's basically based on the themes of what's happening with the atmosphere and the seas, temperature, etc. And a bit of my experience thrown in, of course, as well. And we'll see how it develops. But it's looking very interesting, especially for the summer months. We'll have a look at how things developed over the last 6 months. And back in September, I forecast my long-range forecast for the autumn and winter, and I said that it would be at or just below average temperatures. Well, we all know that that didn't really work out, although it was pretty close though. But I was expecting a very cold February and March to level off the temperatures, because I could see that obviously, the first part of the winter was going to be milder than average. But anyway, so yeah, we were close, but we wasn't spot on. Rainfall about average. It was actually above average, especially in the north and west. Although the south and east didn't get that much rain, actually. It was about average there. Snow days, not that many, but we did get some snow days, and they were very short-lived, and they wasn't very widespread as they were in 2011, for example, and 2009. But nevertheless, we did get some snow, and those that did get it will remember it, and those that didn't will also remember it. So yeah, not too bad really. Meteorological statistics. Well, they're saying that the mean temperature was actually higher in the south and east, and about average further north. Still above average, but not quite so high as it was further south. I think it was one of the warmest summers winters that we've ever experienced, quite frankly, according to the Met Office figures, that is. And rainfall amounts, obviously, highest amounts was in Wales and the northwest and over Scotland, and of course we had all those floods, didn't we, over Cumbria at the start of the year. Whereas the south east didn't get that much rain, actually, which was, in line with my forecast, I think. But anyway, what has the spring and summer got to offer us? Well, it all really is to do with the warmth of the sea in this part of the ocean. If I can get the pen to work. Yeah, this part of the ocean here, which is in the Pacific, and the El Nino effect didn't quite come off for this winter. But yeah, it doesn't always pay off for a cold winter when we get this set up in the Pacific. But what I think we're going to get basically this summer is a very slow cooling of the Pacific in this sort of region, and I think that's going to lead to high pressure beginning to build over the British Isles as we go through the coming summer. So I think high pressure looks like being in control over the British Isles. And that in turn is obviously going to make it very dry, but also very warm. And at some as we go through to the July period, I think July, August, it'll actually become very hot. And there is a possibility that we could actually see hosepipe ban over the British Isles and parts of Europe. Indeed, well, we're going to be suffering as we go into the summer months. So, the forecast. Well, I think March is going to start off fairly unsettled. Although we're going to have to get high pressure building over Scandinavia, I think we will get low pressure scooting to the south of the British Isles, and it's going to be pretty cold at times. And some of this rain could be wintry, especially over the high ground. Going into April, I think high pressure will start to build from the south, and I think a lot of April is going to be pretty dry, and temperatures responding to be around about the average, although we're going to get some cold nights with frost at times. Oops, we went a bit too far out here. Yeah, so May looks like being a bit unsettled at the start at any rate, but I think high pressure is going to build as we go through into the latter part of the month, and by the time we get to the start anyway of June, I think we're going to find things beginning to warm up quite a bit. So yeah, as we go through towards the end of June, I think again high pressure beginning to build, settling things down, and it's going to be pretty sunny and warm, and that's going to be the theme, I think, of the coming summer. One of the hottest summers, I think, on record, with high pressure beginning to build over towards the east. We will get occasional low pressure systems moving north from the Mediterranean and North Africa, and this will increase the likelihood of thunderstorms, and locally these could be quite heavy with localized flooding possible. Now on to July, and I think July is going to start with low pressure to the west of the British Isles, so a little bit unsettled and cooler as we start July, with occasional rain in the northwest, with some thundery outbreaks further south. But by the time we get to the end of July, I think high pressure well and truly back in charge, but still far enough north to allow thundery lows to spread up from the south, but quite hot temperatures, easily into the 80s or even 90s by the end of July, and some of these thunderstorms are going to be quite severe at times. So at the start of August, we've got slightly cooler air coming in from the north, so becoming a little bit unsettled as we go into the start of August, but I don't think it's going to last very long before high pressure becomes established over the British Isles, moving in from the Azores. And by the time we get to the end of August, or the middle to the end of August, yeah, we're back into very hot weather again. Scorchingly hot, with temperatures by day around about 80 or 90 degrees, occasionally up into the 98 or even 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So pretty hot during the middle towards the end of August, and largely dry as well, but very little sign of any precipitation taking place, and yeah, looking Yeah, so as we get towards the end of the summer, I think we're going to find that it would have been a very dry one of the driest we've had for quite some time. So much so that I think we'll probably end up with a hosepipe ban as we go into the start of September. And even so, temperatures still pretty high as we enter the start of September. So yeah, quite a hot and dry summer. And a quick look as we go into the end of September. I know we're going into autumn now, but high pressure looks like staying over the country, so it looks like staying hot and dry, a real sort of Indian summer if you like. So a summary of what's predicting over the spring period. Temperatures below average for spring, rainfall below average, but night frosts look like going to be above average. And as for the summer, it looks like temperatures going to be above average, with rainfall generally below average, but local thunderstorms could bring it up to average or above in certain areas. And like I say, thunderstorms look like being well above average, locally quite heavy. So there you are. That's the Met/Jeff 2016 spring and summer long range forecast. Yeah, it is just for fun, and we'd like to see how it sort of pans out. But what I'm predicting is a very hot and dry, or mostly dry anyway, spring or summer, a cold spring, but mostly hot and dry summer. Well, thank you very much for watching. We'll see how this pans out, and I'll be giving more updates as we go through the next couple of months. If there's any changes, I'll let you know. But let's hope the sun does shine for you, and whatever your weather, enjoy it.